So what I did download the track. I put it through an Android app called Music Speed Changer. You create a loop. The hardest part of the song, in my opinion, is this, because I think it's like 120 BPM, and on each beat there's a triplet, and it goes. So that can be tricky to keep up with. And just then, I did it actually quite slow. When I was playing this, it's at 60% speed. It's quite slow. So what, like, put it down to 60%. I'm trying to just play accurately, in rhythm with the original. Let's give it a go. So, music speed changer, create a loop, the A, the B point that you want to work on, and slow it down to wherever you need to slow it down. Okay, going wrong. I'm going wrong. Maybe because it's too fast. Where I'm going wrong isn't necessarily with the triplets, but it goes into a... And just in case you don't fully know, so if you want to play this version of Big Walters Boogie, this version, there's other versions which are sort of, there's less notes. You don't have to play the triplets. Just in case you don't know, Liam Ward has a lesson on this where he gives you the first, 12 bars or something for free on YouTube. Double step on hole 2, bend. So that's half step on the 3. Sorry about that. Half step on the 3, 2, back to the half step on the 3, whole step on 3, 2, whole step, and then blow 3, 2, 3, blow 3, 2, 3. Yeah, and then it launched into that. That's where I'm making mistakes, because you're going from one mode that's where I'm making the mistake, switching over to there. So I will probably slow it down. I need to focus on making that exchange. Everybody's different. Everybody struggles with different things. That is the part that I've been struggling with. So I got this lesson from Liam Ward years ago, years ago, and it was, and I've never really. Well, first of all, you get to the stage where you're like, all right, half step and whole step on 3, right? Then you're like, for me, if you look at the tab that Liam Ward gives you, it's a lot to take in. Tab does my head in. I don't use tab. I hate it, really. But back then I needed it, I guess, to sort of go, oh right, okay, right. So Liam he breaks it down on the video, shows you what his interpretation of it is doing. Then show you on the tab what's going on. Yeah. Initially there's some difficult stuff. So the difficult part isn't so much. That can be difficult because you sort of like, for a beginner especially, just that can be difficult because you fill up on air. So, and then also you're thinking, especially if you've got a bit of ADHD, you're thinking, whoa, how many notes or how many bars are we doing this for, sort of thing. So that can be difficult. You see, sometimes that people give you free lesson, but they don't explain this stuff. I think it's because you've got to sign up for their school, and then they might go into it a bit more deeper. But then doing it faster, and then and that can be a real thingy going on there, a real. And so then next minute you're like, oh, right, okay, I'm off now for another 2 weeks just to do that sort of thing. You know what I mean? It can be a bit like that for some people. For me, it was a bit like that. So I got to the point where like the tabs overwhelmed me. I couldn't just make it all happen. So I put it to bed. Just put it to bed. But now I'm at that stage where I've learned enough now to go, all right, okay, right, let's slow it right down. From 120 to 60, sort of, or, 100% to 60%. Let's work on what I'm really struggling with, and the rest of it will be easier. That's the way it works. But the one of the hardest things for someone like me is just to be told, oh yeah, slow it right down and get it right, slow it right down. So let's do that. Let me go down to like 55%, because you slow it down, get it right, and you know what? Then you can speed it up and get it right faster, and you'll be getting it right. I know that you might be thinking, yeah, all right, great one, you idiot. But for me, that's a really frustrating process. See, even then, I slowed it down and I'm still struggling. don't know if you notice, I play it slightly differently at times, and that is okay because apparently he played it differently every time. And so that's okay. So, like where he might be doing 3 notes, you could just do 1 and hold it for those lengths. Does that make sense? Yeah. That's why instruments, playing, harmonizing, improvisation, creativity, where one person's holding a note for 4 beats, another person might be putting, like Jason Ritchie, if you watch Jason Ritchie videos where he's playing funk and jazz, he's putting all these notes in there, which makes you think, wow, it's some sort of magician. Well, it's not. He's sort of done this process where he's counted 1-hander, 2-hander, and he's filled those. He's hitting notes on the beats, or 1-hander, 2-hander. That's 4 notes per beat. And then when you're playing, you think, wow, what a magician. What sort of magic is he going on? But it's not no magic. It's this sort of process where they've gone, right, you can hear what's going on, slow it down and get it right. Just in case you don't know, you sat there watching me thinking, what am I doing there as well? There's tongue slaps. I'm tongue blocking. So it's like when I either lift the harmonica away or I move my head away, it's creating a space where the air is flowing and it's drawing from the harmonica, side Dow 1847 classic. It's not like that huffing and puffing when you're playing. It's because I'm exaggerating everything to try and get a close pitch right. So what I'm doing there is 5 draw. But as I approach the 5, whole 5 is there. It's a chord. And then I put my tongue on over holes 4, 3, and 2. To get, well, I was going to say good, but I don't like to call myself good in any way, shape or form. To get better at these things, Joe Filisko's song studies, D Ford's Dream, Skip to Malou. There's almost like every one of his things is jam packed with these things, but Chicago Blues, beginner Chicago Blues is got lots of exercises in there for that sort of thing. But I would suggest maybe if you're a beginner tongue blocker, go for Skip to Malou. Yeah, that proves I ain't done it now. Well, so that's like the foundations. That's sort of basic. With the scales, major scale, don't slap in on notes. I've gone off topic now. But yeah, so that's the process that I'm on with trying to nail this big Walter Hortons Boogie. It's quite a simple process, but like to sort of be able to pick this lesson song study up and to play it from start to finish, it might be suggested that you can do a half step on the 3, a whole step on the 3, a whole step on the 2. You know, maybe you've done a few glissandos. Maybe you've learned some stuff, blues scale, going towards 80 BPM. Maybe you've done some triplets. There you go. I'll leave it there. This may help somebody. Just well, one of the things, because this is what I got into, was buying these things way before I was even ready for them, and all that ends up happening is you got it downloaded on your phone, on your computer somewhere, and you can't use it. So when people say here's a beginner class, trust them. There's beginner stuff, trust it. Do you know what I mean? I'm certainly not saying, oh, don't go and try and do blow bends. And don't go and try and do, no, you know, like I know young people who just crack on. They're just great. They're just like bang, 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 and they get to a place where they're able to do all them things within a year or two. Bang, bang, bang. For me personally, there's been a process, and this is why Tomlin School has been most excellent, is because it's progressive. Goes there, goes there, goes there, and you can see the progress as you go. Busy life, young children, church life, busy work, meetings outside of work and stuff like that. Some days I've got 5 minutes to practice, some days I got 20. Worst case scenario, I don't get the harmonica out for 3 days. So do you know what I mean? I'm not one of those young hard hitters. I needed a process where I could track my progress, and Tomlin School is just great for that. It certainly helped when it come to learning with ADHD, having that process. You sort of like, all right, okay, right, yeah. I hate admitting where I'm at, but we've got to do that. And I hate being told what to do, and I hate, not just going straight to the end. That's what I want to do. Just go straight to the end. Just do what the outcome is. That's what I want to do. But no, you've got to go through a process of learning, and that's really taught me. So time in school is it invaluable, if that's the right word. It's just priceless. I'll end it there. God bless.